Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the IVES number 07A3. This is a window lock, or a sash lock is what it's called. And sash locks sure have a long history. I've seen sash locks in catalogs from the 1880s, and I don't know how long they've existed, but those are the oldest catalogs I have, and they're certainly in there. Not identical replicas. This is not necessarily an identical replica of what I would see in an old catalog like that, but the fact of the matter is they are incredibly similar in design, and very little of a sash lock has really evolved over the last, probably my guess would be 125 or more years. So the 07 by IVES is the classic, at least according to IVES, and I bet that they've made this design for decades, several decades. This is the typical and classic sort of sash lock. So a sash lock is going to work on double hung windows, okay? And they mount on the meeting style of the windows is how this works. You are able to come up with a secured situation on those double hung windows. The body itself is mounted on the lower sash, at least the way that I've always seen it. The strike is, of course, mounted on the upper sash, and that upper sash usually has a small amount of trim there before the glass starts, and that's why that footprint is so much more narrow. And the way that these work is that this circular shape to the handle, it's in the unlocked position right now, and if I were to show it to you with the strike, it would look like this. And when it's unlocked, okay, so what can happen? Well, you can lift that lower sash. You wanted to bring down the upper sash, you can bring down the upper sash. Well, when you turn that handle, that's going to force that conical shape, that raised area, to present itself to the lip of the strike, to the keeper on the strike. Now we're in the locked position like this, and now you get the concept. I can't lift up, and I can't bring it down. That's how that works, okay? Now the A in the part number stands for aluminum. IVES manufactures this unit in an aluminum-based material as well as a brass-based material. Let's talk about the different finishes first. The 07 in the A variant is A3 for polished brass, which is what this unit is, A5 for antique brass, A10B for oil rub bronze, A14 for polished nickel, A15 for satin nickel, A92, it's like a unichrome. If you're looking for the least expensive sash lock, that's it. A716, like a Venetian bronze, AW for white, ABLK for black. In a brass-based material, if you change the A to the B in the part number, and they are marginally different in their size, so be mindful of that. B3 for polished brass, B15 for satin nickel, B15A for antique nickel, B26 polished chrome, B26D satin chrome, B716 that Venetian style bronze. Now, there is also a link below this video to the product brochure that will allow you to look at the related products to sash locks. Obviously, what goes with a sash lock is a couple of sash lifts. The 026 is listed there. Same scenario, available in aluminum and brass, solid brass as well. Then there's a link to a document called cut sheet. That cut sheet will allow us to review the dimensional properties of the sash lock. Shows a cross section of what a double hung wood window looks. Yeah, I mean, I'm laughing because the date on this drawing is 1979. So yeah, this design has not changed, at least by IVES, in a very long time. And, you know, you're going to be able to review the dimensional properties that are there for this sash lock. Let's put our tape measure on here and just take a look. The base of the unit, they've got 1 15/16 center to center of the screw holes. And I would say that, yeah, we're right in range on that. Overall length, about 2 9/16. Okay. The overall height, if we were going to gauge that, it's going to be about 5/8 of an inch to the handle. They've got .812, which is 13/16. Yeah, indeed, that is correct. Forgive me. 0.812, 13/16. Overall height of the strike, and I'm showing it upside down to measure it easier. They have 7/8, yeah, 0.875. Overall width, they've got 2 9/16. That would be accurate as well. Okay, it's going to come with fasteners. Complementary color, look like number 6 by maybe 1 inch oval head. And why are you buying these? Well, you probably are. You probably haven't lost your sash locks. Could very likely be that you're building a house and you need some sash locks. Builder's material like this is very common. It could be that you're changing the color in a room. Could be that the brass units that you have there have really patinaed and fatigued with time. Sure, these look really great. Nice polish. It's made of aluminum, so it's obviously not a true polished brass, but, at distance, it looks very good. I mean, really not a problem with that at all. Although, someone in the know, someone who sells hardware would be able to easily determine that the base material is aluminum, or at least not solid brass. The finish on solid brass is exquisite because of its, because of its standing as an architectural base material. So it looks really good. The helpful thing there is to see in cross-section of what a sash lock looks like. Helps to be able to put into perspective encounters from our lives where we've used sash locks, whether it be a modern style with a handle. They all work the same way. The strike is on the jamb, or it's on the upper sash, and the lock is on the lower sash or on the jamb even. So it's helpful to be able to refer to how does this work and know exactly. The home I grew up in was built in probably 1915 and was full, obviously, of double-hung wood windows with chain, sash weights, sash chain, zinc or bronze interlocking weather stripping. So it's easy for me to refer to and understand how the sash lock would work, or a traditional sash lock like this. Now, there is a description down below this video. It's a window lock designed low to the sash for superior strength and greater resistance to breakage. Vertical and horizontal camming action for snug, non-rattling fit. So what they're saying is this, as a result of this, probably this flat spring, there's some sort of spring action that is occurring inside of here that is keeping the handle locked in the unlocked position, and it's keeping it secure in the latch position as well. Non-rattling fit, it won't make any noise, but also trying to vibrate the window so that it unlocks is not going to happen. A heavy gauge spring provides long wearing action, made of aluminum, as we've discussed. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the IVES products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the IVES 07A3 polished brass over aluminum sash lock or any other IVES products, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.